Hello, Lonely Bulls. It's JJ the Lonely Bull in Asia. Today's topic, the top 13 must-do items you need to check off your list before you come to the Philippines or anywhere in Southeast Asia. We're going to cover that right now. Okay, thanks for watching. If you've subscribed already, thank you so much. We're over 7,000 subscribers now. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like the material you see today, smash that like button too. All right, let's cover it. 13 must-do items that you need to check off your list before you head to the Philippines or anywhere in Southeast Asia. Number one on that list, get caught up on your shots. All right, so if you haven't had a tetanus shot for a while, I would probably check with your doctor and get that. Also, maybe hepatitis A, B, or both. Go to your doctor, get a checkup, ask him or her what you need as far as shots to come to the Philippines. Now, if you're planning on being in the metropolitan areas here in the Philippines, you probably don't need to worry about malaria. But if you're going to travel deep into the provinces, that might be an issue for you. I have not heard of any problems with that going around, but talk to your doctor, okay? That's number one. Number two on the list, book your flight as far out as you can to get the cheapest rates. So I use Momondo.com, and I'll put in the description below what that link is. You can also watch a video on that. I cover the whole process about checking out on Momondo.com and booking flights in Southeast Asia. But you can also book your flight from the US or from Western countries to the Philippines or to Southeast Asia through Momondo.com. So book out as far as you can, find the best situation for you, and then book that flight and pay for it. That way you've got that out of the way bright and early. That way you don't have to worry about it when it comes closer to actually coming here. Okay, number three on the list, book your room or rooms or condo or hotel or wherever you're planning on staying. Book that as far out in advance as you can too, so you get good rates and you're sure that the place that you want is going to be available. The longer you wait, the chances of them being booked up and not having any availability in the dates you want are going to happen. So make sure you book that out as far as possible. If you're on a budget, you can book your flight in one pay period and then book your room or rooms in the next pay period. That way you've kind of split that cost a little bit. And that's if you have that flight and that trip booked out farther in advance, okay? I use agoda.com or I use Airbnb. You can check those. I'll put the links down below in the description also. Number four on the list of must-do, make sure you contact your bank and your credit card companies and let them know that you're traveling overseas. The worst thing that could happen is if you get here and you forget to tell them, and then you try to use your card in the ATM or you try to use your card to pay for a meal or something and it gets declined. That's the worst that can happen. So make sure you contact your bank and your credit card companies. Tell them where you're traveling. Now, if you have layovers in certain areas in other countries, make sure you tell them that too, so you know that, or they know that, oh, I'm going to be in the Philippines for a month, but I'm also going to have a day or two layover in Korea or wherever. Make sure they know that, and make sure they have the dates that you're going to be here and going to come back. That way, if somebody steals your information and you're back in the US and they try to use it, the bank's going to know, oh, he's back in the US now. Somebody's trying to use his card information. We're going to red flag that and contact him. So just make sure you contact your banks, let them know where you're going to be and the dates you're going to be here. Number five on the list, when you pack, pack lightly. If you're planning on being here for an extended period of time, maybe 1 or 2 months, even if it's a couple of weeks, I wouldn't pack a lot of clothes. Pack warm weather clothes. You don't need coats or jackets, or you won't need long sleeve shirts. Wear your short sleeve shirts, t-shirts, maybe some tank tops. A polo would be nice. Something to wear if you're going out to a nice place. Shorts. You can Take your flip-flops, but take a pair of tennis shoes also. And just take maybe a week's worth of clothes, because most condos that you'll be staying in have a washing machine in the unit or somewhere in the building, or they have laundry service. Most hotels have a laundry service too. And so you can have your clothes washed once a week, and it's only going to cost you maybe 200, 250 peso, probably at the most. So don't take a lot of clothes. Just take enough to get you through 1 week. And I will tell you, take one pair of long pants for 2 reasons. If you are in the cities and you go to the clubs, like in Manila or Cebu or wherever, some of these clubs where you go to have a dress code. So they don't allow flip-flops and they don't allow shorts. So make sure you have a pair of shoes that you can wear other than the flip-flops, and a long pair of pants. Another reason to take that long pair of pants is if you're planning on staying over 30 days and you want to extend your visa. A lot of these BI locations, Bureau of Immigration locations, require a dress code where you can't wear flip-flops and you can't wear shorts. Now here in BGC, Bonifacio Global City, I go to SMR on the 8th floor. They're pretty lenient. They'll let you wear shorts, probably not a tank top. You probably should wear a regular shirt like this. Probably not flip-flops. You can wear tennis shoes, and they'll let you in. But you just never know. Every location has a set of rules. So just be aware of that and bring one pair of long pants. Okay, number 6 on that list of must-do things. You need to make sure all your medicines and your prescription drugs are caught up. Make sure you have enough to get you through the time that you're going to be here, because a lot of the medication that you get in the US or in the West may not be available here in the Philippines, okay? So make sure you're all caught up on your prescriptions, and you can bring them here. Bring them in the original cases. That way there's no mistake as to what they are, just in case they check you at immigration. Also, over-the-counter stuff like, maybe ibuprofen. If you like me, I like to walk around a lot, but sometimes my feet start to hurt, so I use ibuprofen to help with the joint pain and the muscle pain. So maybe take some of that along with you too. So things like that you might not be able to get here in the Philippines, look for it there before you leave, and then you're good to go. Okay, number 7 on the to-do list, must things to do. Let your family and friends know where you're going and when you're going to be there and when you're coming back, and let them know where you're staying in case they need to get a hold of you in an emergency and can't reach out to you. So just make sure that you have got somebody back at home that knows where you're at and knows how long you're going to be there. And then, like for me, I usually have somebody drop me off and pick me up at the airport, so they know exactly where I'm going to be and when I'm going to be there. So just make sure that is taken care of. Let somebody know where you're at and when you're going to be there. Number 8 on your to-do list, if you've got items other than maybe a cell phone and a laptop, which can convert usually unless they're older models, if you've got maybe an electric razor, go to the store and buy the little converters. The little converters will help you convert from 110 to 220 or vice versa, and it'll be a big help for you. Only costs maybe, I don't know, $10, $15 maybe at an Ace Hardware somewhere. So make sure you get one of those in case, if you've got electrical items that you're going to bring along with you, other than maybe your cell phone and your laptop, which you shouldn't have a problem with, but go ahead and bring those with you too. Number 9 on your to-do list, must things to do. Download a few really good apps that you're going to need when you're here. First of all, Grab. Grab is the Philippine version or the Asian version of Uber. You can get a Grab and use it to deliver food to your place, or you can get a Grab ride and get you from point A to point B at a relatively cheap cost. So Grab. Also, Joyride is just like Grab, only Joyride doesn't have just a car feature. You can ride to the back of a bike. If that's something you want to do, you can do that with Joyride. Another good app to get is a communication app like WhatsApp or Viber or Facebook Messenger. Those are very important. A lot of Filipino here, they use WhatsApp. And if you're on a dating site and you're talking to a Filipina here and you want to contact her when you get here, use WhatsApp. It's a free way to contact, call, to FaceTime with your Filipino or with anybody over here. You can even talk to fellow expats over here because almost everybody has WhatsApp here. Viber's another one, but mostly WhatsApp is the big one that everybody uses. Also, to transfer money, Wise is a good one to use. Also, Western Union is used a lot, and I use MoneyGram. So if I need to pick up cash, I send it from my bank to through MoneyGram, and I can pick it up at several locations throughout Metro Manila. So that's kind of makes it nice and handy. Make sure you take your passport when you're picking up your cash because they'll need that. They need to get your information for that. Number 10 on the must-do list, see if you can get an international plan on your phone. That way, you don't necessarily need to get a SIM card. If you can call your phone company and tell them, hey, I'm traveling out of the country for a month or whatever, do you have an international plan that I can use for a brief period of time, for that set period of time? If they'll switch your plan to do that, then that's great. You can do that, and then you can use that international plan. If not, then get an eSIM. You can download an eSIM card when you're ready to go, and that way it's there. It's already in your phone, and you don't have to worry about it. I know a lot of those iPhones, the newer ones especially, don't even have SIM cards, so you have to do the eSIM. Or the other option is when you get here to the Philippines, you can buy an SIM card. You can just buy a SIM card and put a load on it for the time you're going to be here. So those are options for you to do. Now, I have T-Mobile International Plan. It works great for me. I just pay every month, and I've got unlimited data and unlimited texting, and it's been fantastic. No matter where I'm at in Southeast Asia, it always works. Even when I fly from one country to another, as soon as I land, I get a notification. It says, welcome to Thailand or welcome to Vietnam or wherever. It's like, here's your data plan, and it's all good. The only thing you have is if you make local calls, local meaning here in the Philippines or wherever you're at, you get charged 25 cents a minute. So, but you can call back to the States and it doesn't cost you anything. It's just like roaming. That's why I have a Philippine phone to do any local calls that I may need to do. Okay, number 11 on the list. No more than 2 days before you leave your country, you need to fill out the e-travel form for the Philippines through the philippine.gov site. And I'll put a link below because there are a lot of fake sites out there that will do that information for you, and it's legit, but they're going to try to charge you money. If you go to the Philippine government site, they won't charge you any money. You fill that out. It takes you maybe 10 minutes to fill it out, and then you're good to go. But don't do it more than 2 days before you're planning on leaving. Otherwise, some of the information may not be good anymore. So just make sure you do that because they're going to ask for that, or they could ask for that. Not always, but they could ask for that. And if you don't, you're going to have to get out of line, go online somewhere, fill out that information, and then get back in line. And that could be time consuming if you're running late in the airport. If you're going to be in the Philippines for more than 30 days, you need to get an onward ticket. Because even though you can extend visas for up to 36 months in the Philippines, they still want to see when you come here, they want to see that you're going to leave within the first 30 days of coming here. So if you have a round trip ticket and it's under 30 days that you're returning, you're good to go. If you have a round trip ticket, but your departure, you're going back to the US or back to the West is beyond that 30 days, then you need an onward ticket that shows that you're leaving before the 30 days are up. And you can go to onwardticket.com. It's just a throwaway ticket. It'll cost you about 16 US dollars. And just what you do is just, within 2 days before leaving, book a flight somewhere from the Philippines to Thailand or Vietnam or wherever, somewhere close, and you're going to get charged $16, and it's good for 48 hours. So after 48 hours, it expires and it's canceled. So if they ask you, and they'll ask you at the airport when you're departing your country, if they ask you. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But they will ask you, and you can show them what I would do is I would just screenshot, and I would screenshot everything you do screenshot your e-travel, screenshot your onward ticket, screenshot everything you need. And that way you can show them on your phone when you're planning on returning. All right, number 13, final one. Get cash to bring with you so you can exchange it for pesos when you get here. Now, some places, some exchange places give you a better rate of exchange if you exchange $100 bills. Now, the caveat to that is you have to be careful, because if your $100 bill is not in pristine condition, they won't accept it. In other words, if there's a little tear or some writing or markings on any part of it, they'll spot it and they won't accept it. So if you come to the Philippines and you're looking to exchange some money and they don't take your $100 bill or a couple of them, then you're stuck with those $100 bills until you get home, and you have no cash unless you got something else. Now, you can use $20 bills. That's what I use. I use $20 bills, and I usually go to, what I usually do is I just get enough to get me through, a day or two, and then I'll use other means to get cash. But you can bring, I would bring maybe $200 to $500 in cash and exchange it. You can bring as much as you want, really. If you don't want to worry about using your ATM card or your bank card at ATMs or anything like that, then bring a lot more cash. Bring as much as you need, but don't always carry it with you. Make sure you lock it up in the safe in your hotel or your condo. But just be careful with those $100 bills. Or if you find a location that the exchange rate doesn't matter what currency you use, you can exchange 20s, and that's what I usually do. And I've never had any problems exchanging 20s. I've had some pretty beat up 20s that they've taken. So those are your 13 must-do items that you need to do before you come to the Philippines. If you have any questions on that, put them in the comments below. I'd love to answer. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And then check out the video right up here, and I'll give you more information about the Philippines and BGC here in Bonifacio Global City. And then I'll do another video here shortly about what to do when you land here. All right, more items that you need to do. So until next time, mabuhay, my friend. Live life, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.